If it seems too good to be true, it usually is. That age-old phrase has never rung truer than in the case of a disturbing and highly sophisticated scam that swept across Canada, leaving financial devastation and broken trust in its wake. Over 600 people from coast to coast, many of them newcomers, job seekers, and ordinary Canadians trying to make ends meet, have fallen victim to a fake Amazon job investment scheme, resulting in a staggering $1.2 million in losses. Behind the illusion of a legitimate remote job was an elaborate network of deception linked to international organized crime and human trafficking, with roots tracing back to a criminal cell operating out of British Columbia and allegedly connected to individuals from Fujian, China. The scam, which investigators believe began in earnest in 2021, was dressed in the perfect disguise: a work-from-home opportunity pitched as an order-grabbing job with Amazon. Victims were approached via social media platforms and invited into what appeared to be a legitimate e-commerce-based gig. All they had to do was log into a convincing online platform named ShareGain, where they could process 20 to 40 tasks per day, essentially fake Amazon orders, and in return, earn guaranteed commissions. The catch? The tasks required upfront investment. The bigger the order, the more you had to invest. But with that came the promise of higher returns. It was a trap designed to entice, ensnare, and eventually drain the victims of everything they had. What made this scam so insidious was its layered manipulation. The scammers created a polished, functional-looking website. They offered seamless tech support, engaged victims on WhatsApp and Telegram, and even provided initial payouts, money that came from other victims, to build trust. Just like a Ponzi scheme, the illusion of profitability was maintained by cycling funds from one target to the next. But once victims had invested significant sums, the payout stopped. Instead, they were hit with endless excuses: technical issues, tax problems, processing fees, or threats disguised as legal notices from imposters posing as the CRA or law enforcement. In some cases, scammers even demanded direct access to victims' bank accounts under the false promise of maximizing returns. The psychological toll was heavy. Many of the victims were newcomers unfamiliar with Canadian tax laws and financial systems. Fear tactics, including threats of deportation or criminal charges, kept them silent and compliant. For many, it took months to recognize the truth, and even then, the shame and fear often prevented them from reporting the crime. Edmonton Police began investigating the scam in 2022 after multiple complaints, leading to the exposure of an international operation that had moved quickly and quietly across Canada. By the time authorities began collecting enough evidence to issue warrants, the key suspects had already fled the country. The scam, described as a test bed, ran for roughly 3 months in BC before being replicated on a broader scale nationwide. Data gathered throughout the investigation revealed troubling links to human trafficking, with laundered funds channeled through shell companies in the UK and China before being converted into cryptocurrency and siphoned out of Canada. To date, the Edmonton Police Service has confirmed over $84,000 in losses among more than 30 individuals in the city alone, with estimates suggesting the real number is much higher. Nationally, only about $200,000 of the total $1.2 million has been recovered. The complexity of the scam and the criminal's ability to vanish without a trace made law enforcement's job significantly harder. But efforts have not been in vain. Working with partners like Amazon, Canada Border Services Agency, Homeland Security, and the FBI, investigators have laid fraud charges against 3 individuals in BC: Chen Chen, Jiameng Wang, and Dalraj Gill. Amazon, for its part, responded quickly and worked with law enforcement to help dismantle the platform and protect its name. Scammers that attempt to impersonate Amazon put consumers at risk, said Jamie Wendell, senior corporate counsel at Amazon. The company urges anyone who receives suspicious communications claiming to be from Amazon to report them at amazon.ca/reportascam. Amazon/reportascam. So what can be learned from this tragedy? Scams are evolving, faster, smarter, and more convincing than ever before. But the red flags remain constant: guaranteed high returns, vague or non-verifiable recruiters, communication restricted to text apps like WhatsApp, and a lack of face-to-face or live interaction. If someone's promising a remote job with high daily payouts and minimal effort, all while asking you to invest first, it's time to stop and ask yourself, if it seems too good to be true, could this be the moment I walk away before it's too late? Police are urging anyone affected to come forward, no matter how much time has passed. If you suspect you've been targeted or know someone who might be caught in a similar scheme, contact Edmonton Police at 780-423-4567 or number 377 from your mobile device. In a world where technology connects us more than ever, it also gives scammers a direct line to our hopes, our fears, and our wallets. But awareness is the first step in fighting back. Remember, if it seems too good to be true, it usually is. Stay sharp, stay skeptical, and stay safe.